this thing on? Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video on Schizoing Through Life. It has been a long time since I've done an actual, sat down and talk about something. And I really need to make a video. My last video was my movie Walter. Sorry if that was really cringy, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of fun to make, and I had fun with it, so I guess that's all that really matters. And, yeah. So today, I'm going to be talking about some spooky stuff. I'm going to be talking about scary stories that have happened to me. It's more of a vlog kind of thing, but I don't know. I just thought I had a couple of funny stories in mind that I wanted to share, so that's that. And of course, if people don't end up watching it, then I guess I won't do it anymore. So, scary story time. Back when I lived in Arkansas, my father's side of the family, my father's mom's side of the family would have a family gathering that we would all go to, and it was at a cabin in the woods that my uncle had. We'd all go there. The whole family was there. It's like a family reunion, but it was in this cabin, and it was surrounded by woods, and a lake was out back and stuff, a good ways. Anyway, so one of my aunts and uncles were trying to adopt these three girls, these three half black, half African, half black, half Native American. So I was talking to them. It's my first time meeting them, and it was about 11:30, about 11 a.m. So it's pretty dark outside, and we decided to leave the cabin. We decided to be stupid and leave the cabin. So what we did is we walked out away from the cabin into the woods and followed this little trail. Well, the trail would lead you to a very tiny bridge that went over a creek. So we walked over the creek, which led to another cabin that was abandoned at the time. Only we see a floating torso. I kid you not. We see a floating torso. And we're all freaked out, okay? And so it starts charging towards us out of nowhere. And we all freak out, so I start bolting. And then everyone else starts bolting. I can't remember their names because they didn't end up adopting them. I can't remember their names. Oh well. Anyways, one of them fell, the middle one, because there was the oldest, the middle, and then the youngest. The middle one fell. I didn't even bother picking her up because I was too scared, so I kept running like a coward. But she got up and kept running, and we made it back safely. And to this day, I still don't know if that was a person or what, because the place was supposed to be empty. So I don't know if someone was squatting there or something. I don't know. This next story happened before I started showing my symptoms of schizophrenia. I was at my grandparents' house, and I was in their trailer sleeping because their beds were full with other family members. It wasn't a family gathering. It's just we had a couple family members over at their house. So I was sleeping in their trailer that they had out next to their house. It was like a camper trailer. And I was with my cousins in there, and we were all sleeping, and I couldn't see anything except for there was a window right next to me, and I could see it was a full moon, and the light was shining over me, and it was so quiet that, when it's so quiet your ears ring? That's what it was like. It was so quiet, I couldn't hear a thing. And then next to my ear, I heard someone say my name. They said, "Brandon." And I could feel the breath on my ear. And I was too scared. I froze and couldn't move because I was like, "What?" And then I kind of looked over and slowly turned my head, and then there was no one there. And I was like, okay. But all things aside, I was probably just either hallucinating, and that was part of my early onset, but it wasn't. It was about a year later I started showing symptoms after that, or maybe I was just falling asleep, and because it was about when I was about to fall asleep, and then, but I'm still awake. Maybe it was like between that stage, so I don't know. It was really weird. Another time, this happened to me twice. Ooh, I thought of another one too. This one's not gonna sound scary, but I swear it freaked the crap out of me. So when I was about six years old, I was about 4. I was laying in bed. Ooh, I got a shiver. I was laying in bed, and I woke up in the middle of the night to see this shadow towering over my bed. and I and I kid you not, it was in the shape of Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. or whatever his name is. And I was so scared, but I fell back asleep almost instantly, despite being scared. And the same thing happened again when I was 6. Then, when I was about 7 or 8, I was at my aunt's house, and I was sleeping in one of her rooms, one of her guest rooms. And I woke up in the middle of the night. It was really quiet. And then the door slowly opened. I swear this happened. I'm not making this up at all. The door slowly opened. It could have been like sleep paralysis, to be honest, but it still is freaky. The door slowly opened, and then like there was this like weird creature that was like really tiny, and not like really tiny. It was about half of my height at the time, of a taller 8-year-old boy, and it was like doing this, like creeping. I was like like that, and I'm like, oh my god! But I fell asleep almost instantly. It kind of looked like Gollum / Smeagol from Lord of the Rings, kind of what he looks like, and it was so scary. But I fell asleep almost instantly right after, so it could have been just a night terror or something like that, you know. Still to this day, is scarred me. And then the last one was this was before I was diagnosed, and I was having some issues, and I was feeling really paranoid one night, and this is back. I still lived in Wisconsin, and then I was visiting family in Arkansas. So I lived in Wisconsin at the time, but I was visiting family in Arkansas, and I was at my aunt's house, and I was feeling very paranoid, and I had a book, and all of a sudden, like, I get up for a second and come back and it's gone. And I'm thinking, where did it go? So we're about to leave, and I'm thinking, oh, I guess we'll have to leave the book behind. It's like a journal I had. And I happened to open the trunk to the car, and it's laying there. And I'm like, I just had it with me. I don't know if I got up to go to the bathroom, or I think I got it to go outside or to talk to family, but I didn't have the book with me. And so later that night, I told my parents, I was like, I think the people that follow me were doing it. Of course, they're like, yeah, whatever, you're just being crazy right now. And we arrived to my grandma's house, or as I say, my Mimi. We arrived to my Mimi's house, and they were asleep. My grandma and her husband were asleep, and we were chilling in her living room, and I was talking about it, and then all of a sudden there was like this cooler, like, you know, like you put your beers in or your drinks in, you know, it was like a cooler, you know, you take to like a football game or something like that. The lid was on. It just flies open and flings. My parents are witnesses. They saw it. There was no wind or anything. Of course, it's inside a house. Why would there be wind? It just pops open and flies. And I just stare at it for a long time, and I look at my parents, and I'm like, probably the people that follow me. And then what do you know? I later get diagnosed with schizophrenia. But yet, something weird like that. I don't know. That's all the creepy things I can think of. That's all the creepy things I can think of on the top of my head. And I'm going to end this video here. So be sure to like and subscribe. If you subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know when I post more content. I like it. To see more videos on these vlogs and other Schizo Through Life videos. And I hope you have a fantastic day. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, comment down below. I would love to read them. I read pretty much every comment I get. And hope you have a fantastic day, and you guys are awesome.